Hi, it's Panda Movies here. Today I'm going to explain the horror movie called The Lodge. Warning, there are spoilers ahead. Enjoy the video. The movie opens with a woman named Laura Hall committing suicide after learning from her estranged husband, Richard, that he intends to wed Grace Marshall, a lady he met while doing research for a book on an extreme Christian cult. Grace, who was raised in the cult, was the lone survivor of their father-led mass suicide. Christian and Laura's children, Aiden, a teenager, and Mia, a toddler, are devastated by their mother's passing, leading them to not like Grace even more. 6 months later, Richard makes the announcement that they will meet up with Grace for Christmas at the family's isolated Massachusetts cabin. At the lodge, the kids act hostile towards Grace and resist attempts to bond with her, even after Richard leaves back to the city for a work commitment. Aiden and Mia discover Grace's past, including video footage of the cult, showing the deceased followers draped in purple silk with duct tape across their mouths reading sin. The presence of Catholic artifacts in the cabin, which gives Grace nightmares about her father, adds to her anxiety. After being rebuked for watching her shower, Aiden prepares Grace a cup of cocoa and the group watch a movie, during which the siblings decide to use a gas heater that is noisy and disturbs Grace. Grace wakes up one morning to find that all of her possessions, including her clothes, psychiatric medication, and beloved dog, are gone, along with all the food and Christmas decorations. All of their cell phones are dead because the generator failed. Grace believes the kids are playing a practical joke on her, but they also have missing possessions. She observes that the clocks have been set ahead to January 9th. Aiden confides in Grace that he had a dream in which the gas heater broke down and they all perished. He also expresses concern that they might be in the afterlife. Grace experiences a series of unpleasant side effects over the next few days, including anxiety, medicine withdrawal, hunger, and cold. She also starts sleepwalking and is plagued by unsettling images and hallucinations, including recurring voices that sound like her father preaching. While attempting to make her way to the closest town, she stumbles upon a cross-shaped cabin and spots her father calling out to her. She ultimately makes a round and returns to the lodge. She uncovers a picture of Aiden and Mia in a memorial frame buried in the snow, and inside, she finds the kids praying over a news item describing their deaths on December 22, 2019, from carbon monoxide poisoning. Aiden insists they are in purgatory, and hangs himself in the attic as proof that they are dead, only to inexplicably survive. When Grace discovers her dog outside, frozen to death, she experiences a nervous breakdown that gets worse. On the porch, she falls into a catatonic state. After drugging her, concealing their belongings in a crawl space, simulating the hanging, and playing sermon recordings on a wireless speaker, the children ultimately realize that they had been gaslighting her the entire time. After discovering that their own phones are finally dead, the kids try in vain to start the generator and bring Grace her medication. However, they are met with Grace's belief that they are trapped in purgatory and must perform penance in order to leave and be welcomed by the powerful angels. The kids see Grace burn herself on the hearth that night as she self-flagellates. Grace confronts them in the morning, telling them they must give something for the Lord, and when Richard returns, he finds an upset Grace holding a gun. She fires the gun at him, killing him, to try to illustrate her point that she thinks they are in purgatory. In their attempt to escape, Aiden and Mia's automobile gets stuck in the snow. The children are dragged back into the lodge by Grace, who places them at the dinner table next to their father's body while singing, "Nearer, my God, to thee." Before thinking about the gun, she tapes duct tape with the word sin on it to each of their mouths.